Sweatpants are a sign of defeat. You lost control of your life, so you brought some sweatpants. So dramatic.
She's not beautiful. She's not. 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 She's not.
Hey friends, welcome back to the CAT review.
This is where we review anything from food to fashion and everything in between.
And I'm excited to get into what we're going to talk about today because you saw the title, so you know what's up.
Yes.
But before we get started, you know what to do.
What is it?
Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, like,
What?
comment,
What?
subscribe,
What?
notification bell, like,
Yep.
comment, subscribe, notification bell.
I'm
Sorry.
She always stops when I'm like in the
I
middle
know,
of
she gets
it's just
into
like at
it.
the height of it. She's like, yay!
I'm like-
It's like you ever been in the club?
We'd be
Maybe not in
like-
the DJ. No, not even the lights thing, but like the DJ starts playing a song, they choose your song, and they switch to another song because it's a mix,
Like,
and you just be like, that was a song. That's how I
Sorry,
was
that was
feeling.
me. I
That
am
was
the
her.
DJ.
That was her. All right. Well, after y'all done what she told you to do, welcome back. You know, you did what you were supposed to do. Today, we are going to be having a little fashion moment with Coco. Just as a new segment that I just made up on the spot right
Just
now.
made it up.
I did. Fashion moments with Coco.
Yes.
Okay? That's what the segment is going to be called. There's going to be multiple of them. Here we go. And we're going to have one today on the first Monday in May, which was May the 1st. I keep wanting to say that it's May the 2nd, but it's not. It's May the 1st. There was a Met Gala. Y'all already know what it is. It is the Oscars of the East Coast. The biggest names in music, fashion, art, whatever else is out there, philanthropy. I can speak.
Philanthropy, I think. Philanthropy.
Philanthropy. Yeah. You said trippy?
Philanthropy.
I don't think it's trippy. I think it's therapy. Whatever. The biggest names in the world are coming together
It's a long word.
on the fashion stage, those Met Gala steps, right? So this year's theme was Karl Lagerfeld, a line of beauty. I believe that was the last part of that. I think I did not make that up.
I was about to say, sound good to me.
It sounded good, right? It sounded good coming out my mouth. Okay? So normally we would just be like, oh, let's do something to talk about the fashion, and then people, did it. It was kind of boring. But so we're not going to be talking about that today. What we're going to talk about is the controversial surrounding Karl Lagerfeld. If you don't know, he died a couple years ago.
May he rest.
May he rest. But he also was a designer for Chanel. He had his own line. Karl Lagerfeld is the name of the line.
Oh, nice.
He also worked for, I forget who else, but he also worked for other things. But he's known for Chanel revamping that. Like when he came on board, it took Chanel from the depths, brought it back to life. That's what he did, right?
Okay.
So he did that. But he has some controversialness around this, right? Because he was notoriously known for not liking fat people. That's what they say. That's how they say it. He was controversial for not knowing that. And so the fact that, we're honoring him, mind you, this is the second time that we have honored him in Chanel. It was back in the day that the Met Gala honored him. But the fact that they honored him, people are like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? Especially since we came so far,
Yeah.
and
Together.
we think we came far. The fashion industry is a interesting industry, right? Because we want to give the perception that we came far in diversity and body diversity, but did they really? And we're going to talk about that because Chloe is considered plus size. She loves it. She's beautiful, right?
Thanks.
And so she has some things to say about shopping as a plus size woman in the fashion industry, right? So, but of course, before we get to that, we're just going to read some of or a couple of his,
Gotcha. I'm not ready, y'all.
his quotes that he said.
What we said?
It wasn't not too bad, but we're going to start off simple. First of all, what he said on sweatpants. I have it here. It was so weird. Sweatpants are a sign of defeat. You lost control of your life, so you brought some sweatpants.
So dramatic.
Sweatpants, we all like them, right? We all like them. But I think even though that was on sweatpants, I think it's interesting is because, I think back in the day with the fashion industry, you know, the clothing wasn't that great, and sweatpants sometimes are maybe what a bigger person could wear, could fit, because they couldn't find anything. They didn't have a lot of options. So it's just like, what are you saying there, sir?
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. And then he said on Adele, he said,
Not Adele.
I know, she is a little too fat, but she has a beautiful face and a divine voice. Not trying to cover it up.
Dang. Just, you know, when you say she has this butt and then say something crazy, it almost like everything you said before the butt is just out the window.
Out the window. Yeah, it's like when you said it, it's just like saying, no offense. It's like you know full well that you're about to be offended. You're about to be fully offended.
Not she's beautiful and has a divine voice, but all that is taken away because she's a little too fat.
She's a little too fat.
Yeah.
He thinks tattoos are horrible, so I guess he wouldn't like us.
He wouldn't like us.
He liked Michelle Obama though. He said, "I'm a big fan of Mrs. Obama, and her face I think is magical." I mean, at least he's right about that.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can still trust anything else.
I know, right? All right, and he also had written a book like a diet book. I forget what it was called, but he wrote a diet book on when he lost like a whole bunch of weight. And like Chloe said something off camera, is giving self-hatred.
It is giving self-hatred. You were fat and now you got unfat and now you like, all fat people gotta go.
And the crazy thing is I don't even know if he was ever fat.
But you know, in the fashion industry, if he's not a twig, it's fat. Because then he said something about somebody who's very
did. He said Heidi Klum, who is not fat, she'll probably be popping up on the screen somewhere, said that she was a little too heavy. That's what he said about her.
I think it makes sense.
And then on plus size models, he said no one wants to see curvy women on the runway.
Oh my God,
that is what he said.
What are you just sitting around saying this crazy stuff?
Yeah, he was kind of wild.
That's terrible. Because there are really a lot of great plus size models.
Yeah, there are.
Like
there are.
Fave, Ashley Graham.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful, but apparently no one wants to see her on the runway.
That's crazy.
That's it. He said some other things, but it's interesting that they did this, right? Because then, you know, of course, in the industry today, we have a lot of plus size people. But one of the plus size people that showed up on the Met was Lizzo. And they dressed her, she'll pop up, in this black dress with like some pearls hanging off of it. And I just was disappointed because I just didn't understand as to why, like, and she was wearing Chanel. But it makes sense, right? Because they probably didn't like have a dress for her, so they probably had to. Chloe made a good point. They probably had to like take what they had and then add some more fashion,
add some more material,
add some more material to it, and sprinkle some fabric on that.
There you go, girl.
Yeah, it didn't fit her personality. It didn't fit her body. Like Lizzo is known for being dramatic, and the Met Gala is like the one place to be dramatic.
Yeah, where they accepted. Like,
and she showed up in
a
this black dress
as a cat. Like, so clearly, it's okay to be dramatic.
It's okay.
It's literally the time and place.
And it's like they dressed her in a black dress with some pearls. I was like, y'all could have tried better, but they did. But it's a whole conversation on the industry as a whole. So Chloe, take us through how you be feeling as a plus size woman when you be shopping.
Dang, she put me on the spot.
I did. I did. Because this is what it's about today.
So it's, I'm gonna say it's annoying. I don't like the shop, but here's the thing. I think I've developed that because, you know, when you go into stores and there's not a lot of stuff for you in most like big stores, like department stores, and when you see what celebrities have on, let's say you want to be inspired by it and do something like that, it's kind of like it's giving no. But like so I've been plus size since I was about like 9 years old, and the game has changed dramatically for plus size women. But I mean, like, I think I was looking like a full-on 30-year-older when I was like in high school, because it was like plus size is like full adults. I don't know why. I think I'm finally a full adult, but like barely. But like full adults, you know, like 40 and up. And I was 16 looking like I was like 40, because that, if it's this size, it's built or it was made for someone older. And like it's kind of like a certain style. Yeah. And it's not like if I wanted to look like I was 18, 19, I couldn't, because it's just like there's no clothes for you in that size and the style you would like. So it's better now. We got like stuff like Fashion Nova, Curve, shout out to them. We got like Fashion Figure, which I love. We got Torrid, which I love. Ashley Stewart has been a staple in my life But even then, their clothes back then were kind of like one type.
Yeah.
Now they're different. Now it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we got some younger looking things. We got something for the older. We got something for the oldest. You know, but before, you know, it was like this is all of it, and it was like cute if you were older, but not if you were 18 trying to look like you were 18.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But, so shout out to some of y'all. We got the different stuff like Shein,
Yeah.
but even some of
Have
them.
you shopped on Shein?
I
Like for
bought
Curve?
2 things.
Did
3
it work?
things. Sort of.
They be barely working for us.
So that's the thing. Their clothes, like Shein, they're kind of like what we talked about. They found the thing that worked for a smaller person.
Yeah.
Added material and said, "Here you go. We
It
make
can work
plus
for
size."
bigger. Yeah.
And like I think I had 2 bathing suits, and I had like that denim dress I wore. I think I have a picture that I wore to Jennifer's birthday party.
Okay.
Shout out to our friend Jen.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting.
Yeah.
And I was scared to buy it because obviously you can't try it on, but I was scared. It's an interesting thing. It fit.
Did you love it though?
No, it looked way better on the model who was
Yeah.
not my size.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
yeah. So I mean, some of them I think they think they're trying, but I think maybe we could take it a step further. And like I think Tora used to actually claim, like when I first got into Tora, and I don't remember how long they've been around, but like when I first got, they claim like we don't just design for smaller people and make it bigger. We design for bigger people.
Yeah.
We design people like our models and people we design the clothes around. They are plus size people. So like that was the thing that definitely drew me to them because I was like, oh, that's different than like just this is cute. Let's just expand it and then plus size, ooh, curve, and be like, oh, not really.
And I think that like even it's okay, like even if they just was like, oh, I'm just going to add some material, but you also still have to take special care to make sure like, okay, yes, add some material, but also make sure that the dimensions are good.
Because when you're bigger, you have bigger
yeah,
breasts, you have
yeah,
bigger
like you have to just make sure that
like
everything works
Your
as
butt's
well
bigger.
for that. So what do you think like the industry can do better to support like plus size like people, like, because let's be real here, the fashion industry is only the fashion industry because of its consumers, and so you need
So
to.
it's your fault.
Yeah, so you need to. It is true because you need to.
But seriously.
But you need to like the fashion industry has to have people who will buy their things. I mean,
so they
of
make it
course,
people gonna buy it.
yeah, of course there are designers. There are like all of the runways that we see, New York Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, all of this stuff. They do like. Not like haute couture stuff, that things are not ready to wear, right?
Okay.
But they do, designers are creating things for ready to wear moments. So what can they do better to make sure that the consumers are happy? Plus size consumers, because that's a huge thing.
I think have those plus size people in the room when you're designing, but I think
Be in the room.
it's being in the room, but I think also like when you're designing, you have those mannequins, they look a certain way. Let's make some bigger mannequins. Let's start with that because come on, like the reality before was being plus size wasn't a thing, but the way America is, come on, we're all over the place. So you can't just be like, you can't dress cute until you lose weight. Like no, that used to be a thing. I used to think that.
Which is actually
like,
kind of wild because
until I
America-
lost weight, and it's like, come on, even if you're working on yourself, so you can't be cute until you get there. Like you can't be cute in the meantime.
It is weird because America technically, like, we have so much fast foods and all this stuff, so we're
working against it.
We're actually kind of obese in America,
We really
honestly.
are.
So
It's
I just
like-
don't understand.
Like, even the people who aren't obese to us are obese to the doctors. So
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah,
look normal,
for sure.
like you're obese.
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
what?
Definitely.
And even them is like, even if you're not fat but you're curvy and the clothes is shaped like this, but your body does this. So now what would look cute like a shift dress is like straight down, but your hips make it right up a little bit. It's not as cute.
Shift dresses are real. Like I be seeing them and I be like, oh, that's so cute. I'll put them on, and because I'm not a straight twig, I just be like, oh, it looks so much. It looks so much better
in the picture.
Than I thought it would.
Right.
But that's why also you have to know like your body shape. You have to know, like, these designers also have to create it for different body shapes.
Yes.
Like, you can't just create it for the straight, like, box. You have to create it
Yeah.
for the hourglass. You have to create it for the apple and the pear. And, like, there's so many different body shapes that they just have to get it together, honestly.
Because, I mean, those body shapes also, like you said, there's so many different body shapes, but there's so many different, within different sizes. So, Like, yeah, certain things are just not gonna look good on you. That's fine. But if it's like your whole brand don't look good on certain people, then maybe you should
reconsider.
Yeah, because like certain dresses are just not gonna work on me, and that's fine. I just
that's
won't
fine.
wear them.
You have to be, and you have to be self-aware of that, and that's okay. That's okay, but. Because not everything, just how there are actually some things that look better on like Chloe as a plus size person than me, and I'm a little skinnier than her. They look better on her because the curves fill it out more than, it's not that I'm like not curvy, but her curves fill it out more than my like mini curves.
Right.
And
so
stuff
that I want to wear with cutouts, that I'm not doing it. Actually, people will do it, but I'm just not my personality.
It's
That's
just
okay.
not personality.
Even, I need to add that, but that's okay.
It's neither here or there. But yeah, I just think, they definitely just need to do better.
I'll be like,
and I told her she should wear it. She should. But also just, you have to wear stuff that's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wear what other people are wearing. If there are, Lizzo usually is out here like
cutouts everywhere.
Half naked.
Actually, bodysuits all day long. Actually, she performs all day long. I get that though, because
it'd be hot. But if Chloe doesn't want to wear that, and I think that's another thing. I feel like sometimes we feel that we have to dress like the people that maybe we see on social media or celebrities and stuff like that. So she might see someone like Lizzo who is out there wearing whatever she wants, and she may feel like, oh, maybe I should do that. Yeah. But then the whole time uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I'm like, well, the whole time uncomfortable. No, but I always say, and this is a Coco's life lesson of fashion, confidence is key. That is key to dressing. Like, it's not about what you wear, it's pretty much how you wear it. Like, if you are confident in it and you are covered from head to toe, you can wear a turtleneck and covered jeans, boots, everything is covered it. But if you walk down the street like you own it, you're gonna own it. And people are gonna be like, girl, you look good. Confidence is key, and you have to be comfortable with it. If the whole time if you're trying to wear something because you think you should wear it, and then you're uncomfortable the whole time, covering yourself up, doing this, being like, exactly, being fidgety. If you're like doing all of that, then it's going to read, and they're going to be like, just don't wear it.
Why'd you wear it?
Then why'd you wear it? Confidence is key. The only time confidence can come across is if you're comfortable. Remember that. That's a word.
That's a word.
All right, we should go end it right there.
Period. Write it down.
Write it down.
And live by it.
And live by it, exactly. But this was a short little fashion moment with Coco. Hopefully it'll pop up right here. But thanks guys for joining us today. Okay. Yes, bye.
This has been another CNT review. Thank you for hanging out with us today. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out our other videos. See you next time. Bye.